I've had some requests to demonstrate designs made with the 2 long racks that are included with many of the Spirograph sets and certainly with Super Spirograph, and the rings that you can put in the middle and with wheels going around in the middle. I'll demonstrate some different patterns using my old Super Spirograph and the booklet that came with it. For pens, I'm using some Stabilo .88 fine liner pens, and this one just happens to be a Staedtler Triplus fine liner pen. You can attach the racks using putty or with pins. First I'll show putty. So press one rack down really firmly. Pick the ring you're going to use and then put it at one side and put the other rack in place. Press down on the putty. I have the putty pre-formed into little balls so that when I press down it squishes flat. So I'm doing it at one side with just eyeballing the other side, but now I'm going to firm up the size on the other side, move the rack in so that it will be the right distance, and the 2 racks should be pretty parallel. It doesn't matter if they're lined up perfectly. This is ring number 14496. There's the mark number 1, so I'll put it here and just line it up with whatever mark you use, just so that you know you've got it as perpendicular to the racks as you can, the 2 marks on the opposite sides of the wheel. So you can attach the racks with putty, but I actually prefer to use pins for this purpose. You'll notice that I'm using a cork board. This is a bulletin board, a memo board that you can get at any office supply store. I like it better than the old corrugated cardboard sheets that came with the old Spirograph sets. And just for the racks, I prefer to use pins. Now I have pinned one rack firmly to the board and made the wheel with marks that are perpendicular. So now I'll just attach the other rack and make sure it's the right distance. The pins are nice because it's easier to swivel them to get them to be the right distance from each other for the ring that you're using. This is ring 14496. If you were using a different ring, you'd have to pin the rack to fit it. So I'm going to attempt this design using ring 14496, wheel number 72, and red and blue pens. Alternating colors so that the odd numbers are in blue and the even numbers are in red. I'm choosing a lighter blue. I tried a darker blue before, and with the felt pens it was just too dark. So I've just drawn the design now with hole number 1. Now I move the wheel, I move the ring over 1 notch top and bottom, line up hole number 2, switch colors, draw hole number 2, lined up at the same mark as before. Now move over top and bottom, change colors, change hole number 3, lined up at the same mark. Move over 1 notch, line up your hole number 4, use the other color, move the ring over 1 notch, bottom and top, line up the next hole number 5, move over 1, line up hole number 6. So I'm going to keep doing that and we'll speed up the video. It's a lot of things to change at once. Change the position of the ring over on both ends. Change your color and move to a different hole and line it up. You have to be careful because when you get to the inner holes, the alignment lines, go through other holes, and look, I just made a big boo-boo there. But I'm going to keep going. And the last hole, hole number 28. The alignment line goes through 2 other holes before it gets to the end. Hole 28. There we go. These rack patterns take a lot more concentration, I find. Now I can see that my design has some flaws besides this. The ring was not exactly perpendicular to the racks, and so you have this off center here. This V is not quite in the middle, so it's imperfect. Also, my blue pen has been used for coloring, so the tip has gotten rather squished and it's wider than the red pen. Anyway, maybe you can do better. Give it a try. You can see lots more of this sort of thing, Spirograph tips and tricks, and fun things concerning Spirograph and other drawing tools at SpirographicArt.com.